Good morning. This is Bud from Older, Wiser Bud. I made a few videos, not very many, but I want to try to make them regularly so I have a chance of getting some subscribers. And in this video, I want to explain to you how my wife, my Filipina wife, made me a much better person than I was before I met her. We first met, I think it was 2000, maybe 1999, on a program called American Singles. And as you can tell by the name of it, I wasn't expecting to find a Filipino wife. I thought I'd find an American wife, but just for my luck, I found Joanne Serenia. We chatted for several years, and in 2003, I got on a plane and went to meet her. It was a good meeting. I really liked her, but she was 25 and I was a couple, 3 decades older than that. So we parted friends and kind of lost track of each other. And then about 10 years later, we were both playing the same game on Facebook, and we met quite by accident again. So this time, it was getting more serious. For one thing, she had gotten 10 years older, and I hadn't changed all that much. I was still about the same old guy. But I mean, when you get a certain age, you don't get older, you get smarter. Anyway, I chatted with her for several years. We got semi-serious. One of the things that I'd always wanted to do, but never knew how, I wanted to start making videos. So I started checking them out on YouTube, and I found this video by a guy named Paul, Old Dogs, New Tricks. Up to that time in my life, I thought in order to make a video, you had to have something special happen. Christmas, New Year's, 4th of July. But here was this guy named Paul. He was just videoing his everyday life. And I found that interesting. And so I started following him. I never get tired of listening to his videos. I would really like to interview him someday, but I don't have a clue how to do that. So that won't happen. So I started my channel called, what was my channel called? This is probably why I don't have many subscribers. I have a terrible memory, it looks like. My channel was mainly how to tell people to live on a budget in Southwest Florida. It's called Older, Wiser Bud. I tried many names, but most of the names were taken. And my sister-in-law, who thinks I'm older but not wiser, but I am Bud, she chose Older, Wiser Bud, and that one went in there pretty good. So anyway, I got that going, and I got, 13 or 14 videos. No big deal, because I'm just not very good at it, I guess. Anyway, I've got a whole 38 subscribers, and I'm shooting for 1,000, so I've got a long, long ways to go. So if you see this, and if you feel sorry for me or like it, please subscribe and like, because I could sure use all the help I could get. Anyway, in about 2012, I think it was, I retired again, and I went to Davao City to meet JoJo again. And we got married shortly after that. And the honeymoon is still going on 10 years later. Before I met JoJo, I told you I was going to tell you how she made me a better person. Before I met JoJo, I was a chain smoker. But the first time I met her, I thought to myself, this is some lady. I would like to live a long, long time with her, but I can't do it or I'm going to kill myself with cigarettes. So I gave up the cigarettes. She never once saw me smoke. I made sure she didn't. Now it's been 12 years and I think I'm over it. You never know, but I'm never going to take a chance on another one. So anyway, we built a house in Davao City. I liked living in Davao. The only thing I didn't like about the Philippines was food. I mean, if you like rice and fish and cheese and tomatoes, you would love it there. But I like a steak. The closest thing I could find to American food in the Philippines was McDonald's. So every Sunday morning after church, we would go to McDonald's and have a breakfast there. McMuffin for hash browns, because that was just like the same as the U.S. And I really liked it. Anyway, in about, see if my date's correct, about nearly 3 years ago, 2.5 years ago, we came back to the States for our, see, when you go to the Philippines with your wife, Filipino wife, they stamp your passport. You can stay there 1 year. Then you have to go and come back. And so I would go away every year and then come back every year, and we have another year to go. Well, this time when I went to the U.S., first place getting through immigration was something I never want to go through again. I never want to put Joanne through that again. It was the worst thing I've ever been through. But we finally got through immigration after listening to threats and other things for 45 minutes to an hour. So we were here in the U.S. and we were going to go home, but the pandemic hit. So guess what? We can't go home now. So we moved to Florida. Just really fell in love with Florida. Jojo went to school, successfully passed her state boards for the CNA exam. That's not a certified. Yeah, it's a certified nurse's aide. She works at a hospital now about, well, exactly 3 minutes from our house. So that's nice. She works nights from 7 at night to 7:23 in the morning, 3 nights a week, and then has 4 days off. So she makes good money at that. She's always kind of proud of the fact that she makes more money than Bongbong Marcos makes. If you don't know it, Bongbong is the president of the Philippines, and her salary is greater than his, so she thinks that's kind of neat, and it is kind of neat. She is the absolutely finest woman I have ever met. When I was shopping for a wife in the Philippines, the first thing I noticed about her, first, she was intelligent. And even more than that, she was extremely honest. And I liked those two things. She was a school teacher. She put herself through college. She's the only one in her family of 7 that did that. So, but that school teaching leaves a lot to be desired. She got $100 a month for teaching school. And if you're a school teacher, you know it's not an 8-hour job. It's 8 hours in the classroom, then 2 or 3 hours every night, making lesson plans, correcting papers, etc., etc., etc. Anyway, she has passed all of that. She's going to apply probably in February for her U.S. citizenship. You have to be here 3 years with your American husband to apply for citizenship. She will be here 3 years. I think it's in May or June. May. But you can apply 3 months before that date because it takes 3 months to get your turn to be interviewed. And I'm sure she'll do great because she's got a good head on her shoulders. So anyway, that's about it. I'm working on a couple more blogs I want to make videos of. One is we recently took a trip to New York City, spent 4 days in Manhattan. JoJo had to go there and get her Filipino passport renewed. We had just a blast there. We've got a lot of videos of that. And the other one that I'm working on is we just got over a hurricane here, Hurricane Ian, and it just tore the place apart. In fact, our neighbor's house to the north of us is demolished. The house to the south of us has no roof. We just lost a bunch of shingles. That was about it for us. So we're really lucky. But anyway, I've rambled on enough, so I'm going to stop, listen to this, probably do it over. Who knows? If you like it, please subscribe. You can be my 39th person. Thank you and goodbye.